How's it going, everybody? Today is January 9th, 2020. Hope everybody has a fabulous Thursday, fabulous weekend. So I want to go live right now to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the changes that are taking place right now. Unfortunately, these changes are only taking effect currently in California. As everybody knows, due to the AB5 law that was passed earlier this year, these changes take effect January 1st, 2020, and these are all taking place in California right now. Okay, Uber and Lyft had to abide by the state law, and with these laws taking place, that means that they had to make certain changes to their platforms. Okay, so starting right now, um, if you open up your Uber app in California, you will see there is a 75% to 25% ratio. So the ratios got put back in place. So that means the drivers now get more money and Uber gets less. That is one thing that everybody wants. Okay? As drivers, we want more of the money. We do more of the work. We deserve more of the money. So that is a good thing to come, and hopefully that goes nationwide. Also, they have put other things into place so that way you can see your trip, your amount, the destination, and things like that. These are all things that should have been put in place from the very beginning. Hopefully these all go nationwide as well. The one thing I will say, I watched a video yesterday from the Rideshare Professor, and I would say that everyone needs to do this once it goes nationwide. They can do this in California because they have the right to, where it will not affect them. So if you get a ride, in my opinion, it's don't drive unless it's $5. If you get a ride that's $5 or less than $5, I would not take that ride. The reason why being, if enough people get these rides, these $1, $2, $3, $4, whatever, $5 rides, these little rides that are like literally a block or two. I'm not driving 10, 15 minutes for a $4 pickup. It's not going to happen. If Uber and Lyft see that these rides aren't being picked up, they're not going to have any option but to raise the rates. Okay? So if everybody stops picking up these little rides that are $2 or $3, they're not worth your time, they're not worth your gas, they're not worth your money to do this. They don't have a choice but to raise the rates so that way people accept these rides, okay? My personal opinion is I don't give a shit if you're going 2 blocks or 20 miles. There should be a minimum ride, a start base. Nationwide, it should be $5. Plain and simple. Now, if I have to drive more than whatever your distance is to get to you, then there should be some type of fee attached to that. So for instance, if you have a 10-minute ride, okay, and it takes me more than 10 minutes to get to you to pick you up, there should be a fee attached to that, a pickup fee of, I would say, no less than $3 or $4. Okay? Same thing goes for if it's even longer than that, it should be doubled or tripled or whatever. But because I've had it already happen to me where I've had to drive, when I first started out, I drove almost 20 minutes to get to somebody, only for it to be a 5-minute ride. Now, I've since learned my lesson. I don't drive more than 20 or 30 minutes unless it's worth it. Unless I know for a fact that it's going to be like a 45 or plus ride. If I get a ride on my screen that comes up 45 minutes or plus, I always accept it because I know I'm going to be making decent money. And if it takes me 15 minutes to get there, then at least it's worth it in my mind. But you should not have to drive more than 10 minutes to get to somebody only for it to be a 2 or 3 minute ride. That's why I say there needs to be some type of minimum. For me, my minimum is $5. I do not pick up a ride unless it's $5 or more. I will not pick up a ride unless it's $5 or more. But at the same time, I also then have to look at my decline rate. Whereas in California right now, since because of AB5 and the bill that was passed, they have the option to decline rides and not have it affect their rating. So this is what I'm saying is if anybody watches my channel, please go to the Rideshare Professor and watch his video that he posted yesterday. It's called something along the lines of under 4 pickup, don't pick up, ignore, something like that. Go check out his channel and watch that video. If you are in California right now, do not pick up a ride under $4. You have that physical right to not pick up a ride. Okay? It's not worth your time. It's not worth your money. It's not worth your gas. It's not worth your brakes, your car depreciating in value. Eventually, what's going to happen is if you cancel that ride, okay, say you're the closest person, you get that ride for $4. You cancel it. It goes to the next person. That person cancels. Eventually, it's going to get to a person that's far enough out, or there's not going to be enough drivers in that area, and then that area is going to surge a little bit, or something along those lines. I'm not 100% sure if I'm right on that, but the point is, you need to, in yourself, teach Uber a lesson and tell them that we're not going to work for such low rates. They need to raise the rates. The base minimum nationwide, in my opinion, um, the base minimum, in my opinion, in all cities should be at least $5. Okay, you should be at least getting paid $5 just to start your ride, and then every mile that you go and every minute that you go should be calculated specifically to your area. But again, all of these things taken into consideration, you need to look at what's best for you. You need to look at what's best for your company. And when I say your company, I mean you yourself. Okay? You know how many miles you get per gallon. You know all of this info. So, let's just say your car gets 30 miles to the gallon and you're doing a 30-minute ride, which roughly would equate to, or if, yeah. Anyway, point being, figure out what works best for you. Figure out what works best for your car and your money, okay, versus your profits, and figure out how low you want to work for. Do not stoop so low that you're barely breaking even, because then you're not making any money, and Uber is, because they're getting the service fees and they're not doing any of it, okay? Make Uber work for you. Stop working for Uber. All right, guys. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Matt out, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace, everybody.